Class is in session. Hey, what's up, guys and gals? So this video is going to be a little bit different. Usually on my channel, I talk about video games. I'm a big gamer, and I'm going to get back into all of those, gaming videos again eventually as well. But today's topic is a little bit different and special for me on this channel. So I'm going to introduce a new topic that I've never talked about before. So I'm going to talk about sports for the first time on this channel. And particularly, I'm going to talk about my favorite basketball team, the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, if that doesn't interest you guys, I'm sorry, but I gotta get this off my chest because so much has been going on with this team and it's getting to a point where it's driving me crazy and I just have to give my thoughts and opinions out there. So first of all, last season as a Sixers fan sucked. I went to a few games. The games I went to, we won. The games I mostly watched on TV, we lost. And towards the end of the season, we basically tanked so that we can keep our top 6 draft pick because Lord knows that OKC did not need a lottery pick from us, or at least not this year. I'm cool with them getting our first round pick, but they can get it next year once we are a good team again. So anyway, fast forward to draft lottery day. I'm watching the draft lottery and lo and behold, we happen to keep our pick. Not only that, but we get the top 3 pick, which is something that is so rare. There's other teams like the Brooklyn Nets, the Washington Wizards, the Utah Jazz, Toronto Raptors. A lot of teams were shamefully tanking just like we were, but we happened to jump up two seeds in order to get the top 3 pick. Lord knows we all wanted Cooper Flag, but it just didn't work out that way. But the basketball god still blessed us with a top 3 pick, which is a superstar, borderline NBA all-star range that you can get, like, potential player that you could draft at that range. Nonetheless, so the biggest debate that is going on with our 3rd pick is whether we should draft Ace Bailey or whether we should draft VJ Edgecomb. And I want to talk about that for a moment, and then I want to talk about the possibility of trading the pick and some of these awful picks that, awful trade ideas that I've been hearing about this pick. So let me give my, I want to say bias because it's just how I feel, opinion about what we should do with the draft pick. We should keep the draft pick no matter what, and we should draft Ace Bailey. Excuse for a moment. Gotta get that out, my bad. Anyway, we need to draft Ace Bailey. The reason why is because we need forward depth. We need a small forward. We need a power forward badly. We had brought in Yabusele. He was good in the Olympics, and he's been playing in the EuroLeague for a while, and he's been solid over there. He's been solid on our team. But Yabusele, let's face it, he's going to be 30 next year, and we might not even be able to keep him because we just don't have enough money to keep him in free agency. So we need Ace Bailey. That's why he's our draft pick. That's why we need to pick him. And plus, one thing that's been killing us for years and years on this team is the lack of wings, the lack of 3-and-D wings for sure, the lack of rebounding. We got killed on offensive and defensive rebounds so much last year. We just can't be a team that can compete offensively if we can't get our own rebounds. So Ace Bailey can help out with that. Of course, we're a better rebounding team when Embiid plays, but Embiid has been hurt, and we don't know if he's going to get back to his MVP form that he was before. But nonetheless, we need someone that can help out with that. So some of the criticisms about Ace Bailey is that the guy takes difficult shots. He takes ill-advised shots. And they basically say like he has a lack of basketball IQ. One, you can develop basketball IQ. It's just through training and drills. 2, I don't care if he takes difficult shots. What I care about is if he makes them and he works on it. He works on the shot. I've seen a lot of Sixers players on my favorite team pump fake around the 3-point line or pump fake a shot period and just pass up a wide open opportunity. I don't want a guy on my team who is wide open from any point. It could be mid-range or 3-point, whatever, and just refuse to take the shot like some of these players have been on the team. And the folks that want to draft VJ Edgecomb, listen, let me put this out there. VJ Edgecomb is a solid guard. He's going to be a solid guard. The guy can... He's basically like an explosive player. He reminds me a lot of like Dwayne Wade. Not really a super great shooter, but a guy that can get to the rim. The problem is that he's 6'5", and the NBA is not played that way anymore. It's not the early 2000s where guys can just rim run. That's why guys like Ben Simmons could not last long in this league. I don't think Ben Simmons will ever get another serious contract ever again because his only game is that he can pass the ball and dunk. That's it. And VJ Edgecombe, like, even though the guy can shoot a little bit, like, he gives me a lot of those vibes, like a guy that needs to get to the rim in order to be effective. Ace Bailey, I mean, I've seen videos of him dunking or whatever, but like, we know he can shoot. We know that Ace Bailey is a good catch shooter. We can pass on the ball and that's it. VJ Edgecombe, like, yeah, he might be able to, like, run the fast break with Maxey, but that's not, I don't know. Like, his defense will help you in the playoffs, but I just don't see that style being effective. Like, you need size and length to take on teams like the wings on the New York Knicks, or to take on the Boston Celtics when they get healthy again, or to take on the Toronto Raptors, which they're going to have a lot of size and length. We need size and length, and Ace Bailey is one of the few guys at the top of the draft that we can get that can provide us that. We need to draft Ace Bailey. Stop, Sixers fans, please stop saying that we need to draft Edgecombe. Yes, the guy is solid. He's good. But you got to think about a player that can contribute now. Ace Bailey, I don't care what you say. He may need time to develop, but he can contribute now. And then even when Embiid and Paul George are gone, we will have him as a cornerstone piece in our franchise. If we draft Ace Bailey or Trey Johnson, I swear to you, we will probably have to move off of either Maxey or McCain or Grimes if we happen to re-sign him, because we will have too many guards. Not even to mention, we got Jared Butler and Lonnie Walker and some of these other guards that we signed, and we're looking at bringing in, what's his name, Dennis Smith Jr. We're looking at bringing him, and we got Eric Gordon for another year. I'm sure he's going to opt into his contract. We have too many guards. We need size and rebounding, and it wouldn't hurt to add some more three-point shooting as well. That's why Ace Bailey is the only pick that makes logical sense, unless you trade down. And I'm totally against trading down in this particular draft because, one, we weren't supposed to keep this pick. Let's not get cute with this. Let's not get pretty with this. We weren't supposed to have this pick. We traded our pick away when we traded away Al Horford to get him off the books. All right, that pick belongs to OKC. It's not going to be every day that the Sixers going to be a tanking squad and be in the top 4 or top 3 and picking that high in the draft every single year. Even with Maxey and McCain on our team, we're going to probably be a playoff team again next year and for years to come. So let's make the smart move and draft a guy that we can have for 10 years. And speaking of drafting a guy that we have for 10 years, we should not be looking at players like Kevin Durant or Giannis Antetokounmpo. I will take Giannis Antetokounmpo or Lauri Markkanen before I take Kevin Durant. What are we going to do with 1 year of Kevin Durant? Obviously, I don't count us as being a contender team next year. So all these guys are saying like, oh, draft VJ Edgecombe or draft Trey Johnson because they can help you win now and you need to win now. That's BS. We do not need to win now. If we happen to win now with Embiid and Paul George on our books, that would just be icing on the cake. You know what I mean? But it's not going to be because of them. We don't need to win now. We can try to win in 3 years, in 4 years, or even 5 years when Embiid and Paul George are off our books and we got that Clippers pick that we drafted. And absolutely, we should not trade that pick away for anything at all. No veteran players, no superstar players. No, our next superstar is going to be homegrown, that we develop and draft it. And I think that Ace Bailey can be that superstar. Carmelo Anthony, Boogie Cousins, KD himself, Paul George, for what that's worth, they all praise this guy so high and speak on his potential. They said that they would draft Ace Bailey over Cooper Flagg. That's got to be worth something. I don't care if the guy is not a stud or a superstar right now. You don't develop any rookie because they are automatically a superstar or ready to be a superstar. You draft them based on their potential. And Ace Bailey got more potential than VJ Edgecombe and Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson will be nice. He's a great shooter, but Ace Bailey is the better fit and has the better superstar upside. So I'm going on the rant here, but Sixers fans are driving me crazy. I'm seeing a lot of posts online saying like, oh, it looks like that Ace Bailey is going to be I'm sorry, not Ace Bailey. It looks like VJ Edgecombe is going to be the guy that they go with because he's working out with the Sixers and they had a meeting with him and they like him. Daryl Morey, please, you screwed this team over twice already by giving Paul George that long contract and giving Embiid the extension, knowing that he wasn't healthy. Do yourself a favor and draft Ace Bailey, please. He's the guy that we can use and have as our cornerstone piece 10 years from now. Stop thinking nearsighted, thinking that we could win in the Joel Embiid era. Forget that's happening. It's not going to happen. Embiid will probably never be healthy during a playoff run. Do you see like the teams like Indiana and OKC, what those guys have to go through? It's grueling to play in the playoffs. You think we're going to be able to compete with teams like that in the future? You think we're going to be able to go up against the New York Knicks with Joel Embiid playing like the way he did last year? No, forget about him. Ace Bailey is our guy. That's all I got to say. And if you rocking with me, please drop a like, please comment and subscribe. I plan to upload some more videos soon. I'm coming on summer vacation soon, so I'll have more time to make more content. But with that said, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share this video all around the world with your family and friends. And until the next one, I am out. Sixers, Daryl Morey, draft Ace Bailey. Let's go.